All right, we are here with John Kay. We just made the announcement that he's going to be at our music therapy event. Super stoked, John, to have you. Man, you're killing it right now with Honey.
Stoked to be here. Thank you. First
Yeah.
off, Hutch, dude, you look amazing.
Yeah, the last time I saw you, I was a little heavier, huh?
No, I mean, no, I mean, you still
Just
look good.
just a
There's
little.
some, now you're looking better. No,
Yeah.
thank you. It's great to be here. I'm so excited that we get to have a reason to talk again. What's up, guys? How
Yeah.
you been?
And you've changed too. Your hair is so much longer.
Check it out. Long,
Yeah.
it
You're
took some time.
touslable.
I was over dyeing it. I had to dye it platinum every 8 weeks and shave it. And then I just said, you know what? I'm gonna grow it out. And I had frosted tips for like ever, and slowly but surely we got there. We got there.
That's what we do in Orlando. You have to do the
Everybody's got
frosted
frosted
tips.
tips in Orlando. Yeah,
Everyone.
a
Yeah.
nod to the boy band roots there. Yeah.
Yeah. How have things been going? I know you've released Honey, and last time we talked was around Christmas, and you're like, "Bro, just wait, got something coming, got something coming." I'm like, "Well, just tell me," and you're like, "Can't." And then we
No,
started playing Honey, and I was like, "Damn, that was quick."
it's been a long time coming. I mean, I've been kind of underground for a few years now, and I think I just needed to live a little life, to experience a few things. I had 2 kids. I have 2 little boys now. They're beautiful. I have a 3-year-old and an 8-month-old. And I don't know. I think I had a lot of pressure I was putting on myself after If We Never Met. Like, what's the next thing? We got to keep going. We got to push. And taking a step back and taking time and get some perspective again allowed me to slowly but surely start to really visualize what the next thing is. And then like December, I had that voice that was like, it's go time. Like, you got the songs. Honey's just the beginning. And I couldn't be more excited about kind of the path that Honey's going to take us on, and the next wave.
Honey is, I first heard it and I'm like, oh, I really like this song. It's upbeat and happy, but it's about anxiety.
Yeah.
Sneaky.
Yeah. It's sneaky. It's sneaky. Yeah. In a lot of ways, like, it kind of reminds me of Cheap Sunglasses, and it also kind of reminds me of the song Happiness, if you remember that one, where it's like an upbeat, happy song called Happiness, but it's really about being sad. Um, Honey crept up on me too in a lot of ways, because it's about anxiety. I was, like I just said, I had 2 kids and I was still traveling a lot to write, and I was away. And when I'm away from my kids, I try to go really hard. So I'm doubling up on all these sessions, and I have 2 writes a day, and I leave the first write and I call my wife and I'm like, I just sucked. I sucked it up. I had nothing to say. And worse than that, I was shooting everybody else's ideas down, and that was just a waste of time. And I'm a terrible writer, and I should just come home, and it's a waste of time, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, yo, like, relax. Like, she could tell I was spiraling a little. And she was like, honey, like, if you strike out in the next write that you're going to, just like write a song called Honey about how we like calm each other down and whatever. And so I go in there with all this like imposter syndrome and all this like feeling bad about myself. And I walk in and I'm like, inside, I'm like, I got no ideas. And I was like, guys, I just want to write a song called Honey. And through the process, like, I learned so much about how to deal with anxiety by writing a song about anxiety, because I stopped thinking about, what was wrong or what I wasn't or how I wasn't good or whatever, and started just being present and having fun and making this song that was just really fun to make. And a few hours later, I'm happier than I've been in a long time, and it can shift that quickly when you just tap into your purpose and you stop thinking so badly about yourself, and you switch your perspective to more just like either working on something that could be for other people or just thinking about somebody else. And I think that that's why I really fell in love with the song, not only like sonically trying to do something that really feels good, but also having a little bit of a deeper message. And that's kind of how I want to be known as an artist moving forward. It's like, sonically, I want it to feel good, sound good, but I want to be a light in the industry. I want to have something to say. And that was the first song that I was like, cool, that was a really positive step forward.
How did you and your wife get to that point of calming each other? Because as we mature through relationships, we meet at one point in our lives, and then we have to grow and kind of adapt to another person or to kind of help each other grow in that aspect. I'm currently in a relationship where we calm each other.
Yeah.
Where Stacy, I agitate her. But the relationship I'm in now, I understand what you're saying, but you have to get to a point in your life, whether it's individually or as a couple. How did you get to that point with her?
I think it's communication. I think you got to know each other really well. I think you gotta get to the point where, even if I'm, let's say, being intense, like, or trying to, it's almost like we're fighting. She knows underneath that, like, oh, this isn't really about me. This is about
Mm.
something else. And same for her. Like, if I can tell she's anxious about something, I'm like, okay, like, what? So I think that process of just really knowing each other and being patient and graceful with each other, and not, I don't know, dishing it back or like turning it into or taking it personally and get defensive. I think that she was able to hear, through what I was saying and be there for me in that moment of saying, like, okay, the day's not over. Like, something great can still come out of this. Like, you got this, like, just turning it around, and for it to lead to an outcome, to a song, not only that I like, but that I'm like, want to put out and get so excited about, is
Mm.
just a testament to how quickly, things can change if you have the right person. And what I love about that record is it shifts the perspective from, like, I wish that you were next to me, like, and then you get on the phone with your person, the person that, like, immediately calms you down. And I think the lyric that I love in that song is, and people don't even know what that lyric is, but it's, know how to cut that wire when my world is on fire. And that is the person that you want to have in your corner. That's
Mm.
that special person. And it could be anybody for anyone. It could be their mom, dad, grandma, wife, best friend. But that person that, like, you have, I think everybody needs somebody like that to just, and there was years where I didn't have somebody like that, and you just spiral out of control a little bit, right? But when you have that person that's, like, either is willing to call you out lovingly, or will be there for you if you're freaking spiraling out of control, to reel you back in, like, that's why I felt like it was important to put the song out.
Yeah.
Deep.
Yeah. And like, on first listen, you don't even know that it's there, and
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah.
just it sounds like spring. That's why we kind of wanted to keep the music video just, like, almost on the nose, at a bee farm, like, having fun with the honey extraction process of, like, to me, like, extracting honey in the video was like making music, like doing something that I feel like I'm called to do, that I love to do. And then also, when you can peel the layers back, you go deeper and deeper and deeper, and you're like, oh, dang, there's actually something here. There's a lyric here.
Do you think this is a reinvention? I mean, I hear honey, but I still hear the John Kay stuff. I hear the, because when we were talking, you seem to have been like, okay, I need to, like you said earlier in the interview, I need to do something. I want to be a light. I want to do this. I want to do this. Did you have to really dive deep and reinvent yourself and change the way you write, or how did that work?
I wouldn't say it's a reinvention. I would say it's more of an expansion, more of like, you know, just coming to terms with exactly who I am, and being supremely confident in that, and committing to that, and committing to the records, and committing to the passion behind them. And I think about what needs to go into this kind of a career is mainly belief and passion. And I had to just stop and take a little while to, like, listen to the music, write some more songs to get the perspective to say, like, is my belief there? Is my passion there? And am I where I feel like I want to be, as far as what do I have to say? What am I bringing? How am I giving something to other people that they can have a moment with themselves individually, feeling some sort of connection to the song? Like, is that there? And I think I needed a little bit of time to, like, really buy in to, like, everything. And so, yeah, I don't think it was like, because I think sonically it feels like growth, but it's like, production wise, it's similar touches on, like, the Love and Everything Else project, but it definitely, like, steps it forward too, I think. And yeah, I'm just trying to grow in confidence, belief, passion, consistency, and just be like what I want my boys to look up to, when they
I
grow up.
feel like you've changed. I can feel that difference in you. I couldn't put my finger on it until you just said that, because you're a dad now, and it's like you've changed a bit in that way, in a great way. Like, you want to be better for them. That's what it is, I think. And it's like, you want to put something out in the world that's going to show them, look, the world can be better, and this is how you can contribute. And I think that's really cool, John. That's really awesome.
It's like you try to balance, like you want to keep it light and fun, but it's like,
Yeah.
you don't want to go too deep,
Makes me
too
want to cry a little
heavy.
bit. That's so sweet.
How
Oh,
do you?
They don't listen to me. They're just at the bowl right now going meow, and I'm like, can you guys hear that?
How do you write a song that, listen, there have been hit songs that I look at and I go, what the hell? Baby Shark. I don't know how Baby Shark became one of the biggest hits, but to write a hit song with meaning that's going to get play, that's going to get the message out, must be super stressful, right? Or am I taking that a little too intense?
It can be, if you're like squeezing, like, we need to be brilliant, right? But it also can be kind of the easier thing to do if you just like throw the weight off and just say, like, let's just have fun and say something in a very simple way, like, let's not overthink the lyric. I think when I was younger, I would write more lyrics. I would write like, I need to squeeze brilliance out of this. I need to say this. I need to, and songs were very, very wordy for me when I was, and I would oversing them, and I was trying to prove, how good I was all the time with the lyric and the melody and the vocals and the runs and everything. But as I grow, I find myself in sessions all the time saying, like, what's the dumbest way we can say this? Like, what is the like easiest, not overthought, most singable, like fun way we can say this? And I think the more like you fall into that, and as you grow into understanding, like, there's not a lot of attention span going around to, like, if you're at a show and you want people to sing songs with you, like, they better be singable. They better be easy. And what's easier than, ooh, honey, gets me through, honey. Like,
Well, especially for your we talk about this, we've talked about this multiple times, is your South Korean fans, or your Korean Asian fans too. They really have embraced your music. And how cool is that to see, to go over there and English is not their native language, and they're singing your songs word for word in English?
Yeah, it's the craziest thing I've ever seen. The first time we went over there, I didn't expect anybody to be there, let alone, I don't know what it was, something like 15,000 people, singing every word. It makes you think about music differently. And I think that also leads to, what's the most simple way we can do this and the most powerful way we can do it. Let's not overdo the lyric. It needs to be singable. It needs to be, universally and globally understood. And it's more important to get the emotion inside of it, right? And wait for one great moment rather than like trying to force it. So a lot of this, I think, expansion or this growth has been a lot of letting go, a lot of kind of trying less, and being present in all things that I'm doing, like coming home and really tuning the music world out, and to be a present father makes me better when I go into these rooms to do music, makes me more efficient, makes me more focused. I used to be kind of like so like scatterbrained, of like always kind of thinking about a song and about music, and always kind of wishing I was more present here, and always kind of everywhere, rather than like being just like fully planted where I am. I think that's been a big thing for me too.
That is so hard. When I was moving to Minneapolis to start KS95 and to focus on that and to work hard on that, and I was a new father, it was one of those things where it's like, man, I got to support my family. I got to really make this work. I have to work hard. And self-admittedly, the kids, you try to be there for them. You try to be number one for them, and you're just so busy. And then, obviously COVID happens and sets your mental health backwards, and you start thinking, oh crap, what really is important in our life, it's the family, it's the relationships, it's the people in your lives that help that. And if you can find that balance of still supporting the people that mean the most to you, and giving the kids, especially when they're, a couple months, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. Heck, we have a 18-year-old here now, and giving all that time, he's going to move out. And it's crazy to think that this world has made us, focus more on the aspect of working than it has really being in the moment. And I've gotten so much better at being in the moment and appreciating everything, and just memory locking, laying in bed with the kids, or with your fiance, or having those moments where Stacy and I are in front of a whole bunch of people introducing a big band. And so it takes that moment, and I guess it sounds like for you it was the kids, or it was that moment that your son saw snow for the first time, in New York, or whatever it may be.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I think there's something magical that happens when you have a baby, and you kind of look at this thing, and you're just like, I need to get my stuff together. Like it just like makes you like, it gives you enough perspective to kind of like, I don't know, just figure it out. Let the silly things go, maybe the vices, or maybe the little things that were like distracting you, and just kind of like dial yourself in and realize how important, everything is. But yeah, I mean, listen, nobody's perfect. We're never going to be perfect. We're not going to be perfect parents. We're not going to be perfect at our jobs. I think embracing that too, and just like realizing like it's better to show up and be consistent than it is to, wish that you were perfect or beat yourself up if you're not, right? Like, just kind of doing the best that we can, and trying to slowly but surely just be awesome. And, look at you, dude. Talk about consistency. You tell me about consistency. Down.
When you have, I'm 100 pounds. Yeah.
That's insane, dude.
Yeah.
And it didn't, it didn't happen overnight, right?
No. I mean, yeah, it's long. It was 20-something year journey from my time in high school in Stanford to even now. It's still a journey. It's still something you have to work on, whether it's helping dad, or Stacy and I have talked about transformations, and we went through this whole transformation together, and to come out the other side of being happier and healthier and just full of so much joy is crazy. And it's something that someone says, how do you have so much joy? Or, Stacy will come or ask an event, or listeners will come to us at an event and be like, how do you do this? How do you laugh every day? And it's a decision you kind of have to make consciously. I'm going to wake up, this is going to be a good day, or it's not. And it's okay if it's not a bad day. And that's why this music therapy, when Stacy and I got together and said we had to do it, the first year we had Andy Grammer, then we had Lauren Daigle and Lauren Carden, and now you, for our fourth year. It's just so miraculous that artists have wanted to be a part of this and support mental health, when for so many years no one really talked about it. Is this the new songs that are coming out, the album that you have, is this all focusing on obviously mental health, joy, happiness, and getting through the hard times? What can we expect from all the new stuff coming out?
Oh man,
is it a potpourri of everything?
It really is a ride. I guess I'll say, we start touching on anxiety. We dip into touching on the next few songs. One really touches on perspective of your whole life. And actually, I won't go too deep into it, but I basically went into the room and said, I want to write a song about death. And, but kind of on the beautiful side of it. And I'll just leave that there. And then that led us to an amazing, amazing concept. And then taking us into, there's a song, it's kind of touches on, like, when I met you, I got amnesia and forgot all of my exes before you because I knew you were the one. Kind of an idea. So
that's crazy. She's a barf at this, but she loves it because she knows I'm happier. But we were just talking about this, Lauren and I, the other day. We're about how we don't remember anyone before, or the relationships we had before we started dating. It's the craziest thing in the entire world that you're bringing that up, because we were just mentioning, like, I don't remember all the people.
Well, then, do I have a song for you?
Man, we are so stoked. I know you gotta get back to the kids and enjoy the time with them. But we're stoked to have you at O'Shaughnessy Distilling Company. Wait till you get there. That food is so amazing, and the drinks are
You're gonna
so
love it.
good.
It's so fun there too. The people are so fun.
It's a
I
blast.
can't wait. And I thank you guys so much for considering me and inviting me. And I'm so excited that we get to kind of celebrate the music of old and then bring people up into the new music. It's all feeling like, I don't know, the timing is pretty amazing. I'm excited to get really back into the live. The live stuff is what I love the most. And so just that kind of stage and being with you guys again after a good amount of time, it feels really, really special. And I just want to thank you guys for inviting me.
Man, 3 years in February, I think, was you were at the varsity.
It's been a while.
It's been a while, and so we're
Yeah.
excited to have you back for sure in Minneapolis. And so if people are like, when is John coming back to Minneapolis? May 9th. You're going to see him then. Are you planning a tour coming up here in a little bit, or once you get all the stuff out, or
We're dialing in the exact time frame and routing, but yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to announcing a tour very, very soon.
Good. And so we're going to get you out before that. May 9th, O'Shaughnessy Distilling Company, Music Therapy with Stacy and Hutch, and John Kay is going to be out there. So, John, thanks for joining us, man, and it'll be good to see you. So we're going to have to have a couple of drinks. Are you bringing the family, or are you staying back home?
I think with the baby, it's still just so complicated.
So hard, yeah.
Yeah. I think a few more years of just like growing everybody up before we start. It's just a lot of sit in this car seat and let's go.
Yeah, they need consistency anyway. So
yeah,
it's good to let them.
Is the car full of goldfish?
What'd you say?
Is the car full of goldfish yet?
Oh, totally. Yeah. I got the vacuum in there like all the time. I'm just like, go.
All right. Thanks, man. We can't wait to talk to you more. And May 9th, we'll see you then.
All right. Thanks so much, guys. Have a good one.
Bye.